Hey YouTube, I know it's been a while. I thought I'd show y'all the blank that I'm getting ready to turn into a mallet. Here's my handle here. It still needs a little bit of work, but it's still going to take a few hours before it cools down, so let's go ahead and get this going. Might need a little bit of sanding afterwards. It's gonna take a while to cool, so I'm gonna go ahead and pause for a second, and I'm gonna show you some of the other projects I've been working on. And we are back. It took me a while to get all these so I can group them together. Yeah, this one's got a couple little issues. Took one of my little resin crystals and put it inside the mold for this little reindeer. And even though it's got a little piece missing right there, still looks a little interesting. Now with this one, it's got a little chip right there. I think this one turned out really good. Oh, I never thought that this bottom here would actually cure. Sort of ran out of resin part way through. You never see them to fill the mold all the way because it takes a lot more than these smaller ones do. And when I first mixed this resin, it was actually a blue tint and somehow it just turned green. But if you place this under a black light, that will actually glow. Now this one, and I got a few other pieces that are like this. This is where I took makeup and actually mixed it into the resin. Let's see, I had another piece like that, but I think I forgot to grab it, so I'll have to show that to you later. Now, love this snowflake. I couldn't be more happier with it. This is actually my first one. Even though it's got a little extra, it almost looks like a little shield. Thought that was kind of interesting. This is where I went a little light on the resin at first, and then went a little bit darker towards the end, so that way it'd be half dark, half light. Love how this one turned out. Let's see. Love these little turtles. This is almost the clearest one that I've ever made. Hardly any bubbles except for being extremely small, but it almost looks realistic. In some areas of this one it's still a little soft. This is actually the second lion I've made. The first one actually had a flower in it, but I did that for my future niece. And this one right here, I basically started out where I had a little leftover from another project, and I poured it into the mold. And then when I had made some fresh resin and I added it to it, that's how this one ended up being two separate colors. I just love how some of these turned out. This kind of reminds me of one of those rocket popsicles. Some of these I would love to send off to some other YouTubers and see if they can get them into another, put them in a mold for a blank for pen making, and just see how the pattern would turn out because of all that crystal formation. Basically make it look like the pen has crystals inside. That would look so cool. Now this one right here also has some green makeup in it, if I'm not mistaken. Some of the best parts of these are actually on the bottom because the color pattern is just so interesting. I'm sorry I've sort of been MIA for a while, missing in action, but I've just been trying to get the parts needed to finish the lamp, but got some of the parts but still missing the right type of clamps and everything. Bought some clamps and they were a little expensive, and I thought I can get another pair for half the price, but the place was selling a lot more. Well, let me know about how y'all like this video so far, and I hope to show you how the mallet turned out after it cools. I'll see you all in part 2. If you would like for me to post a link to some of my previous mallet videos, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you.